seeing a climactic battle here, right?
Yeah, now we're seeing the mechs battle the mechs. Both of them are in a mech, so co-op mech combat is really intense and over the top. And of course, the AI mechs are pretty strong and pretty smart themselves. But I should note that Fettel doesn't have to be in a mech, and neither does Point Man. So they can work cooperatively without both being in a mech. So if you look down on the bottom screen, it looks like Fettel has taken the body of a soldier with a rocket launcher. So now we have one guy in a PA suit, and we have another guy using a rocket launcher. Yeah, it's whatever the two players want to do to strategize and to advance forward to difficult enemies.
It's getting intense now. Hopefully they can finish him off here. And again, this junction of the game is where? Towards the middle of the game, this is?
This is roughly 3/4 of the way through the game. Pretty much all hell has broken loose at this point. And you can see that up in the sky. We have things called rift events. These rift events are attached to Alma's pregnancy. She's about ready to give birth. And this is roughly 9 months from the end of Fear 2. And so that birth is wreaking havoc on the world that we know. And so her rift events periodically rip through the universe. And while it does that, it's just destroying everything. And we can see those rift events starting and just how they exist up in the sky when they look down towards the end of the bridge. There you can see it there. Something major is about ready to happen down there. And that was a rift event that I was speaking about. And rift events often bring in paranormal enemies as well. So it's sort of a cue to the player that, hey, something crazy is about ready to happen. We just saw Fettel take another body with a rocket launcher. While Point Man is still dealing with a helicopter and back. Now, since the two brothers are psychically linked, they have to stay together. There is a tether between the two. They cannot exist without each other. And so if they get too far apart, we saw a little bit of that effect down below. It's very damaging to both characters.
Lots of chaos building up over there.
So like I was mentioning earlier, Fear is really about intense action.
Yeah.
And right now we're seeing that intense action. At the beginning of this mission, we saw a little bit of the exploration and the horror. And it's about that roller coaster ride between these two states. Each one of them has their own way of delivering intensity to the player. And when put together, I think it creates a really great combination.
Excellent. Well, it's looking great. Does Fear 3 have a release date as of yet, Frank?
We are shooting for this fall.
This fall?
For a release date, yes.
Excellent. And a demo, will we be having an opportunity to experience co-op in a demo or play the game with a single-player demo at any point?
I believe so. We are very close to the end here, and the intensity of this rift event and just the stuff going on in the sky is kind of reaching a climax. And we're going to have a chance to see an EPA battle another EPA, which is really the ultimate battle between mechs. There, he just crashed in. Vettel's being pretty ballsy. He's trying to take on an EPA on foot. But that's Ernest's style. That's how he rolls.
It's the last day of E3. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, well, looks like they did pretty well. We enlisted the help of Steve Niles and John Carpenter with our story and the script, and we're about ready to see one of our closing cutscenes.
And there you go. Look at Fear 3. Thanks so much for coming by the stage, guys. We appreciate it. It's looking great. Co-op action, scary co-op action coming sometime soon. We appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.